All right, I can't help it. I got to respond to Green Park Tens. Apparently, he's from Ireland because he's very proudly say Irish people are smart. Feels sorry for Hunter laptop biolabs in Ukraine, Coke in the White House, and 10% for the big guy. Deals done with China. Okay, a lot to unpack here, but let's start at the top. Feel sorry for Hunter, comma, and a laptop. Apparently he has feelings for a laptop that was not in Hunter's possession when he was in rehab trying to get himself fixed from struggling through an addiction. His laptop wasn't really even a laptop. It was the hard drive from a laptop that was in the possession of Mayor Giuliani, ex-Mayor Giuliani, ex-lawyer Giuliani, when the things that were talked about as smoking gun evidence were actually installed on the laptop. There's little date stamps installed. So that was all debunked, the whole laptop thing and all that stuff. Unless you were looking for, personal pictures of Hunter and his women or whatever. Because, that's good for the Congress floor because MAGA, yeah. And the Coke in the White House thing, you're spewing defense over Mr. Donald J. Trump, Don Jr., Eric, Yvonne, the family of Christmas. I mean, they Donnie himself has been Adderall Coke mixing since before he was on The Apprentice. We're talking, personal information, personal knowledge, seeing things with my own eyes goes back to the late 80s, early 90s. But that's just first-hand knowledge. I'm sure in Ireland, you planted a bunch of trees apparently. You would know because, first-hand knowledge, right? You talk to the trees. And, the big guy gets 10% and it's really, really fascinating. Again, these Republican-run impeachment trials and all this smoking gun evidence that you guys supposedly have about Obama putting spy equipment in the microwaves and all this, the Clintons with a child trafficking ring out of the basement of a pizza place in Philadelphia and lizard people that... And now you hear the newest there, Green Park. Donald Trump is the one who actually made Taylor Swift famous and rich. Come on. Yeah. Self-made millionaire. Yeah. The guy lost more money in filing taxes than any other human being in the country's history ever for like 15 straight years. That guy, the brilliant billionaire that has done nothing but take money from people like you, people who could barely pay their bills, people who he's screwing in taxes and screwing in every other way possible. And that guy, the business fraud, 91 indictments. 91, federal charges. 91. That's could be nothing except those damn, the evidence, like the text messages from his burner phones. Mark Meadows, the number one in charge under him, number two in charge, I guess would be, that ran the whole trying to steal the election thing. And Jared Kushner, $2 billion when he left, selling pardons for $2 million apiece. Donnie never got a percentage. Donnie got all of it. That's the way he does business. So that 10% from China thing. Oh, yeah, China. Speaking of China, what was that report that just came out? The evidence, the documents about Trump taking money from foreign countries. There was 190 countries. Only 20 of them were actually looked at. And only a dozen of his actual businesses were audited. So all those other 170 countries and the other, 100 businesses, they weren't allowed to look at those books. But just in the books they did look at, that very small percentage, $6.8 million directly from China. And receipts. See, that's in something called evidence. Evidence is something that actually has to be researched, discovered, investigated, and then they find corroborating evidence. Now, that's a real tricky word for Republicans because that means it's proven evidence. It's not somebody who collected a payment from Cash Patel to say that, this happened with Joe Biden or whatever. It's none of that type of Republican evidence. It's like evidence with like documented proof, text messages, emails, an evidence chain leading up to the actual event that proves that the actual event was intentional, which is kind of, where the crime comes in. Shh, don't tell anybody. But anyway, all right, that's what evidence is. And that's what the Republicans lack on every freaking claim they come up with. And that's just hysterical. That's funny to me. Because comparing apples to oranges is... that's your choice. I mean, that's your choice. If you want to believe all of these conspiracy theories because it's against a Democrat or someone attached to a Democrat, you can go ahead and do that. But the microscope, you're trying to look on one side of the aisle. When you turn to your side of the aisle and all of a sudden you can't see anything, that's just ignorance. That's why he loves the uneducated. That's why he loves people that he can con so easily. And I'm sorry, I'm Irish Catholic, and you saying that Irish people are smart, which gives you the right to make comments like that, kind is disrespectful to other Irish people who think you may not be so smart because you say the things you say. You obviously don't research a damn thing beyond Fox News, Breitbart, and Trump podium speeches. Sorry, maybe a couple other Republican podium speeches. But when it comes down to evidence, they never have any. It's all a lie. It's all fake. Like that whole union workers thing where Trump had the union workers holding up the signs that were actually not union workers, and they paid $20,000 for that venue to have the event at, to pretend they were in the union workers' shop. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, where every single thing is staged and fake and proven. Yeah, that guy, that's the guy you're backing. And every statement you made has been proven false. See the difference there? Because if you don't, that's why you're MAGA. And that's why he loves you so much. Because you don't bother researching past anything he or his little cronies say. I research everything. It's kind of my thing. I enjoy doing it. Because when I open my mouth, I want to speak truth. And if someone comes up with receipts, like proof of anything, I will amend my perspective and accept that I'm wrong. Because I'm human. I'm wrong a lot, I'm human. So are you. Newsflash. You can be wrong too. Ask your ex-wife or ex-girlfriends or maybe your kids. Just saying. Bye.